Wuthering Waves just released today, and while everybody compares it to Genshin, there is one aspect of the gameplay that really makes it stand out. So, ahead of the launch on May 22nd, we dug deep into one of the most unique aspects of Wuthering Waves, the ecosystem. So basically, what the devs did with the ecosystem was to say, okay, you have your regular gear, but what if the gear is not boring equipment that makes you grind and grind and grind, and after all the grinding, you can't even see it on your character. Instead, your gear was Pokemon. They can fight on the field for you, give you new abilities, and the more you catch, the more powerful you become. Having multiple ways of having your character grow stronger to take on tougher or more specific challenges is a key element of RPG games, and equipment is just one of the most common ways of doing it. In more traditional MMOs, the gear also affects your appearance, but in gachas, it mainly is just there to change your stats. In Genshin, it's called artifacts, and you can equip 5 of them on each character. You spend so much time min-maxing and researching which one is the best combo, only to grind dungeon after dungeon after dungeon to upgrade it. But because this is Genshin that we're talking about, obviously you can't just go and grind as much as you want. These dungeons cost resin, which limits the number of times you can do them per day. And once you get the highest rarity, it might not even have the right stats on it. You've got to level each piece up, using valuable resources to do so, and as you do, the stat you unlock might not be the most useful for your build. Getting the best artifacts can be a time-consuming process, and there isn't much variety.
My disappointment is immeasurable.
So many people were actually looking for a bit of a change when it comes to artifacts. And with Echoes, we might finally get it. In Wuthering Waves, instead of equipping simple artifacts, you're actually equipping monsters. You defeat them first, seal their spirit, called an Echo, in a jar, and use it to grow stronger and more powerful. And it's not just about the stats either. By equipping the right Echo, you can get it to help you out in the open world in support or combat. And some Echoes even let you transform into them and use powerful abilities. So how does this work? Well, defeating certain types of enemies in the open world has a chance for them to drop their Echo. You can equip up to 5 Echoes, just like artifacts, but the first Echo slot is special. Put an Echo in there, and you can use its ability in the open world. The other 4 mostly just give passive bonuses. There are rarities, of course, from green rank 2 all the way up to gold rank 5, and in the beginning you'll only be getting the weak ones. But the more you catch, the better you'll get at catching, and eventually you'll be able to catch higher rank Echoes. That's the data bank system, and you'll need to make sure they improve on that to be as powerful as they can be. And just like Genshin, there are set bonuses to collect. Equip 2 or 5 unique Echoes of a particular set, and it'll unlock a very useful bonus that improves on or changes the utility of your character. So at the end of the day, why is this system better than Genshin's? It all comes down to 2 things: versatility and grindability. First, versatility. There are 56 Echoes in the game so far, and each one has a different skill you can use once you equip it in the main slot. This basically just means that players won't just choose Echoes based on guides they find online, like in Genshin, but instead, the choice will be based on playstyle and personal preference. Okay, up next, grindability. Yeah, I know it's not a thing, but hear me out. Basically, all you need to build up your databank and get more powerful Echoes is time, right? You just need to defeat particular types of enemies over and over again, and finding them in the open world is relatively simple. If they're boss enemies, they reset in a few minutes. If they're elite enemies, you may need to wait a while for them to reset, or just join a friend's world to get them that way. The point is, you don't need to wait for your stamina, which is Wuthering Waves' version of resin, to build up every day to get the majority of what you need for ultimate power. Now, that being said, you can do it quicker with stamina, and you'll also need stamina to farm materials to level Echoes up if you don't have enough on you already. But unlike Genshin, you do have a choice, and that's what's important here. So far, Wuthering Waves' ecosystem seems to respect players' individual choices more than Genshin's artifacts do, and honestly, I'm here for it. So if you're tired of the way things are done in Genshin, Wuthering Waves is going to offer you a brand new system to sink your teeth into, and fulfill your Pokemon fantasies too. Subscribe to our channel for more videos on Wuthering Waves and other upcoming gacha games.